YouTube, what it do, man? It's your boy natejustdope back on another video. And JD Nation, what's down with it, man? You're watching Nate Jr. And today's reaction, we're gonna be checking out I met 94 billionaires. Here's 6 things I learned. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, bro. We're gonna be, picking the brains of somebody that met 94 billionaires, bro. 94 billionaires. I can't even count on my hands how many billionaires I know personally. You feel me? So he met 94 of them, bro. So that's dope, bro. Like I've been saying in the past videos, I like to pick the brains of people that are in positions that I'm trying to get to or that I'm going to get to. You feel me? So this is one of those videos right here, man. So I'm not gonna waste no time. So this is from Sell It. The channel is called Sell It. So their link will be down in the description below, man. If y'all want to check it out by yourself. You feel me? So yeah, I'm not gonna waste no time. With that being said, let's get it. Go.
There are currently 2,640 billionaires in the world that we know of. And on this phone are 94 of them. I have 94 billionaires in my contacts. Some of them are friends, a lot of them are clients. And I bring this up because in some way, shape, or form, they're all my mentors. And I've learned a lot from working with these people, or ways that they interact with people, ways that they communicate, ways they think about life, business, even working out. And because I've done real estate deals with many of these billionaires, I've learned certain habits and mindsets that they have that allow them to operate on a completely different level from most people. Here are the 6 things that I learned from working with 94 different billionaires.
94 is crazy, bro.
First, they text more than they call. Billionaires know the value of a dollar and they know the value of their time more than anyone I've ever worked with. And you might be thinking, what? That's weird. Texting? Don't they have calls and lawyers and this, that, whole teams? I mean, yes, they have all of that. But when I'm interacting with them directly, billionaires don't have time for phone calls. Jeff Bezos, who's not in my phone, he makes $2,500 a second. A phone call that takes away time from billionaires making money is not a good use of their time. Right. But they can fire off a text or a voice note that deletes very, very, very quickly. Oftentimes they use the app Signal so that you're not screenshotting or saving messages and things can disappear really quickly, especially when we're doing real estate transactions together. A lot of it is very, very sensitive information. But I've negotiated $100 million deals over iMessage. And yet the person I work with who's trying to buy a home for $1 million calls me 62 times, has to meet with me and his family, brings in bankers, brings in attorneys, brings in everyone. Less wealthy people have an idea of what it means to be wealthy, where actual wealthy people understand that being wealthy is just about their greatest asset, which is time. I'm in the middle of 2 negotiations right now with 2 of these billionaires, completely over text. I'd much rather meet in person. They've got great offices. Or talk on the phone or get a meal with them so I can learn. But nope, it's all over text message. Literally saying, hey, do you want to offer 60 or 61 million? They just heart the 60. I guess that's an offer. Guess I'm gonna go with the 60 because it's been hearted. Right. The big takeaway, if you are trying to find billionaires to work with, try texting them because they do not waste time, not even yours. And they are on their phones more than most people. Takeaway number 2, they are experts at not wasting time. I went to dinner with my first billionaire client years and years and years ago. He ordered the minute the waiter came over to bring us water. There was no sitting there and reviewing the menu. There was no asking for the specials. None of that. Here's the water. Okay, I'm gonna have this and this. And what do you want? And if you don't tell me what you want right now, I'm gonna order for you. We're gonna enjoy the dinner. We're gonna talk. We are on a time schedule.
Hey, if a billionaire, that's gonna sound crazy. But if I'm in a meeting, a business meeting with a billionaire and he offered to pay, I just say, hey, surprise me, dog. Surprise me, hey. Don't even ask me what I want. Just surprise me, cause it's free. You paying? I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? That still sounds crazy, but it's a business meeting, bro. Come on now.
And it didn't feel stressful at all. Honestly, felt relaxing. Like we weren't wasting any time. I did dinner with another billionaire, and when the waiter came over right at the beginning, he just held up the menu like this, didn't even look and said,
surprise us.
Because when you go to a nice restaurant, you know the food's gonna be good. Billionaires act differently, and it's not rude. If anything, it's super, super nice because they understand the value of the waiter's time. Making a decision about dinner is a small decision, but what I've learned is that billionaires make big decisions quickly because that's their job. Number 3, billionaires are always on guard of being taken advantage of. This is also why it's hard to get in touch with billionaires. It's hard to have them as clients. They really trust no one because they've been taken advantage of. They've learned from that mistake, and new people entering into their sphere of influence, into their circle of trust, puts them on guard. Because any new person that is coming into a billionaire's life typically has a reason for being there. One of my tricks in working with billionaire clients early on in my career was working for free. I offered up commissions, and obviously the billionaire can afford it, but it was the gesture. I'm not gonna treat you differently from anybody else. What else can I do? The other thing that I did to make sure that the billionaires knew that I wasn't taking advantage of them ever was to get in with their outer circle of trust. Whether it's the landscaper or the nanny or the private banker or the attorney, as quickly as that trust can be understood, it can be destroyed. Billionaires also have no issue in moving on from relationships that don't serve them in like a millisecond. You have a 10-year working relationship with someone who's incredibly successful and wealthy. You lie to them once, make one little mistake. You don't show up on time once. You lead them down the wrong path once, that's it. They now lose all confidence and trust in you, and there are other people who do what you do. They have loyalty when the relationship works on both sides. If it doesn't, they move on. Another thing I've learned from billionaires is that they understand the difference between possessions and growth. And they're not afraid to spend. Now that might sound obvious to you, but it's interesting to watch someone who has a net worth of over $1 billion be incredibly cheap over here and then overspend over here. They might kill a deal over $5 over here because they understand that this is not gonna do a whole lot for their success, for their long-term growth. But they'll overspend over here by millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars because it's an investment in greater growth. Now, a lot of billionaires have very cool material goods, huge houses, planes, automobiles, trips, experiences. But if you didn't know what they looked like, you typically wouldn't notice them when you walk down the streets because they're not super flashy. They don't wear their wealth on their clothes most of the time. Most billionaires are pretty frugal when it comes to material possessions. The great example is obviously Warren Buffett. Same house, same car, same breakfast from McDonald's with change from his cup holder. And then you have others, Saudi royals, you have the Jeff Bezoses of the world, but then you have others. You have Elon Musk, who has no possessions, no houses. Billionaires will certainly spend money, but they'll spend money if it gets them a return. A yacht is a great example. A yacht is incredibly expensive, but they have them because it's an investment in future business. They can have other billionaires on that yacht, and that's where deals get done. Their houses as well, on the ocean in Malibu and Palm Beach, castles in France. They are investments in doing future business because they can say to other people, come to my castle, let's talk about the deal. And I know that sounds kind of crazy, but if you had $1 billion, you would also probably have a castle or a beach house. My biggest takeaway is that they only focus on what they are absolutely best at what they are uniquely qualified to do. They don't worry about any of the minutia, any of the work below the absolute biggest decisions every day. Now, obviously, they've gotten to that point where they don't have to do the painting and the building and the hammering. If I want to emulate the most successful business leaders and entrepreneurs in the world today, it's that most of my day should be focused on what I am absolutely best at focusing on. Everything else should be leveraged to other people. It's kind of a mindset shift as well. Using other people to leverage your work is a massive, massive tool. And last but not least, billionaires are just like us. They're regular people with regular problems, albeit higher quality problems. One of my earliest experiences with a billionaire client was going to a private airport to board their private plane. And he was talking to me about how his plane wasn't available because of a mechanical issue, and he was frustrated because he had to get another plane. Now that sounds like a crazy problem, a 1%er, a 0.00001%er problem, right? Absolutely, but he wasn't crying about it. He wasn't crying to me or anybody else. You have a higher quality life. That means you also have higher quality problems. And it was my job to help with that. I immediately from that situation started helping the billionaire clients that I had fix their higher quality problems. And that's how I started to get to know so many of them. Because if someone has a private jet issue, they're not gonna talk to the friends they had in college about it. They're not gonna talk to people in their office about it because it would be weird and uncomfortable. It's an awkward display of wealth. So they need people to talk to about it. And I wanted to be that person. I'll help you with your private jet. And while we're at it, need a new condo? Oftentimes, yes, they do. So billionaires are just like us, kind of, sort of. They're still humans. They still go to the bathroom. They still sleep. They still want to be happy. They still cry while watching The Notebook, just like you do. And if you can be someone who can solve the high quality problem that a billionaire has, that is your ticket into that society. There was even a New York Magazine profile article on me that called me the broker to the plutocracy. And then you have to show the definition of what plutocracy means because most people won't know. These are just a few things that I've learned in my 15 years of selling real estate to some of the most successful and wealthy people in the world. And I just wanted to share them because they've been really, really helpful to me in building my career, and hopefully they'll be helpful to you. If you like videos like this, make sure to share, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, and then leave notes in the comments for what you thought and what else you want me to talk about.
Hey, this was definitely dope, bro. Great insight, man. Gives you a great perspective on the mind of a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? Like, one thing that really stood out to me was time is one of the most important assets of a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't waste no time. You feel me? Just a little thing of getting dinner at a restaurant quickly, you know what I'm saying? Or not even harping on it too much, because, you know, when we go to, or I'll speak for myself, when I go to a restaurant, I'm looking at the menu, trying to figure out what I want, you know what I'm saying? And that takes probably like 5 to 10 minutes, you know? And most of the time, that's because the waiter or waitress takes long to come back to the table. So it's like, we have nothing but time to search and look at the menu, you feel me? But with billionaires, like he said, like, they just surprise me. You feel me? Or I already know what I want. Give me water and whatever, the most expensive thing on the menu. You feel me? Because like he said, at one of them restaurants, hey, you already know the food's gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a picky eater though, so yeah, like, that probably ain't gonna work with me. Like, yeah, I probably have so many things. Hey, look, make sure there's no onions, all that stuff, man. You feel me? But yeah, bro, like, great takeaways from this. Yeah, bro, a lot of great things that he said, man. If it don't have any value in the future, then don't worry about it, you know. So yeah, bro, comment down below, give me your thoughts on this video, man. I'm definitely going to be checking out his channel a lot more. If y'all seen any videos of his that you feel like we need to check out, go ahead and comment down below, and I'm gonna definitely check them out, man. So yes, that's pretty much it. So now with that being said, it's your boy natejustdope signing out. Deuces.